G'day, I'm Joe Cross. You may know me from my movie Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead, or my new movie, which is out now, Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead 2. I'm here in the Breville Test Kitchen today to talk about the power of juicing and making smoothies. Now, a lot of people get these two confused. A lot of people think that over here, this beautiful Breville Boss blender, that it makes a juice. It doesn't. What it does is it blends up all produce and it makes a smoothie, something a lot more solid, it's got a lot more texture to it when we do our smoothies. Over here, this JE98XL Breville juicer, this is something different. What this does is this extracts out the water that's found in plants. So in other words, rather than calling it a juicer, what it actually is, it's a water extractor from plants. That's what really juicing is. It's taking all of the water from, say, this cucumber and separating it out and pulling it. Now, that water isn't clear water, it's colourful, it's green, because that's where the phytonutrients, the micronutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, that's where they're found. And so when we juice, we're essentially outsourcing the digestion that normally happens in here to the machine. Now, people say to me, Joe, which one's better for you, blending or juicing? And the answer is, they're both good for you. It's not a case of one is better than the other. If you wanted to know nutrient-dense values for the same products, you can actually get more in a glass juicing than you can with a smoothie, because in the smoothie, you've got a lot of the fibrous cellular structure of the plant that's taking up volume. When you're juicing, you also get what's called soluble fiber. That's actually little microfibers that are in the juice. It's not a case of, Joe, you only should juice, or Joe, you should only blend. We all of us, me included, need to work out ways we can boost up our plant intake, our fruits, our vegetables, our nuts, our beans, and our seeds. And mixing it up with juicing and with blending, as well as eating with a knife and fork or our hands, is a great way to increase that plant food and make it a base for our good nutrition, good health, and making us long and happy lives. Interesting way of looking at this Breville juicer is kind of like a mini me. If you really think about it, this is like a mouth. And this down here where the engine is kind of like a gut. And what's going to happen is when we put our cucumber down, it's going to separate. And over on this side is generally what goes out the bow and what comes out here. What you're going to see, this water that's filtered through, is what gets absorbed into your gut, and it's in there are the micronutrients that get delivered to all your billions of cells. Okay, let's get fired up our juicer and let's get ready to juice. Okay, in goes our cucumber. There we go, one little push down. Next will be an apple. Take my leafy greens, my spinach and my parsley, and get that in during the middle of my juicing. So we're going to finish off with one more green apple, which should give us a nice serving size for one. Okay, so there we have what we call our field of greens juice. So just take a look at this. Look at the colour. Look at this pour that's going to happen there. And this is a great serving size. Get a nice big green juice. Look at that. Now that juice, we've just made that nice and fresh. So the perfect time to drink that is now. However, if you're in a hurry like most people and you want to make a whole batch at once, you can make up a whole batch, get some mason jars, fill it to the top, screw the lid on tight and put in the refrigerator. You should get 48 to 72 hours, depending on how fresh your produce is. So that is juicing. Next is blending. So this is a Breville Boss blender. This is an awesome machine. What I've done is I've put in here some mango, some pineapple, some kale, some avocado. But because we're blending, and effectively what we're doing is we're outsourcing the chewing to the machine, what we need to do is we need to add some liquid in to give it some more body. And so I have elected to put in some coconut water this time around. You can put in lots of nut milks. Almond milk's a favourite of mine, cashew milk, and you can even also use juice as a base. But we do need some kind of base. All right, so this is a fabulous smoothie we're about to make here. And this machine just makes it very easy. If you have a look down here, there's a little button there that says green smoothie. So we are going over and over and over again, chopping and blending all of our plants together. The juicer doesn't take avocado. We don't do avocado in our juicing. We don't put nuts in our juicer, but we can and do incorporate all of those things into our blender. It's not extracting water. We are actually breaking up and pulverizing the whole plant. So there's our minute, it's up. We take our lid off, and you see how it's very different from a juice. This is the true smoothie. Very filling. This is actually what your teeth should be doing if you chew well. All right, time to wrap my laughing gear around this and give it the taste test, I reckon. So there you have it. The difference between juicing and using a blender to make a smoothie. Both green drinks, both different, both very healthy and beneficial to you and to me. Joe Cross signing out with a big juice on and, in this case, blend on.